Let's make a quartz ring. Let's take about 8 inches of 16 gauge German silver. This stuff is hard on your fingers. It'll build muscles and calluses, but don't be intimidated. You can master it. Get yourself a stepped ring mandrel. Stepped means the whole size is like that without it being just completely gradual. They're hard to find. I found a steel one on Amazon for 20. Now it's like 26. Somebody said on Etsy there's a wooden one. These plastic ones came from Joann Fabrics years ago, and I don't know why they don't have them anymore. Anyway, take your German silver and pick a nice size. 7 is a nice size. And we're going to wrap it really tight. Come all the way around. Press it tight. Make sure it's not... You know what? I don't trust German silver. Is like, it fights you, so I'm going to go down to a 5. If you make it tighter on a lower size, then it'll come out more round if it's this kind of wire that really fights you. Okay, now let's see it. It's bouncing back to a 7 anyway. Alright, so we went around about twice on the bottom. That'll give us... You can go around more if you want. It depends how you want the ring, how wide you want this part of the ring to be. But this is enough for me. And I'm going to say I only need about 1 inch sticking out of each side, about 2 centimeters. And now be careful on your wrists. Come from good body mechanics, because this stuff is going to be hard on your wrists, but you want to grab it and give it good twist. Make a nice loop like that. Make sure it's nice and tight, and the sharp end is going right into the side of it. You squeeze it like this, make sure it's flat enough, and then grab it right here and just start to roll it. I'm holding it real tight on the ring mandrel. You could take it off the ring mandrel for this part if it's easier, but whatever you find works for you. I'm going to make this loop tighter. I'm going to roll it right in like that, and I'm going to pull it tight like this. Okay. Now we're going to do this with the next one. Okay, now get yourself about 12 inches of 26 gauge silver. Okay, get your 2 ends like this, put them together, pull them out like that, get your ring. This is so easy. Take the 2 ends, stab them right through the two loops that you made in your ring, and pull it straight up, bam, like that. And now all you do is throw the crystal on and start wrapping it. Hold it in a spot you think will look good, hold it as evenly as possible. In the beginning it's going to slide all over, and you got to, adjust it. And you just come around from one side and from the other side and just start wrapping any way you want. I'm going to start by crisscrossing like this. And like I said, it's going to move all over until you get the first couple wraps down. That's fine. You just keep holding it in its place and start pulling tight. Move it back where you want it. Wrap the next part. Pull it through. Pull it tight. Okay, pull it across. Try to grab it, get it coming from different angles each time you go through. Press it really tight against the stone as you're doing this. You can come across like this. You can go through the ring. You can go around and inside of the ring like this. Again, I'm pressing tight and I'm pulling tight the whole time. You can go around the ring like this. Come back over here like this, and you can go through the loop right here. Now it's starting to be tight. I can't even get it in there. That's a good sign. But if I loosen my grip a little bit and let it in there, there we go. It's coming through. And grab it and pull it through. Okay, pull that tight. Just come back up here. How's it holding? Ah, it's starting to hold. It's jiggling, but it's not falling all over the place now. You can adjust these guys, try to make them look the way you want, and then come around again. This wire is so thin and the crystal is so pretty that you don't have to worry about putting too many pieces of wire usually. If you get a good amount of wraps and you get them all in different places, it'll start to hold it pretty tight. But if you want to be on the safe side, instead of 1 foot, take 1.5 feet or like half a meter. So I'm coming around here again. How does it feel? Starting to feel much more snug. Still a little wobbly. This part, start to assess, where is it looser, where is it tighter, where's the wire need to be pulled tighter, where do you think you might need another piece of wire going across. I'm trying to get that in there right there. Sometimes you gotta make a little fish hook to try to get it through. And sometimes you just gotta play with it and wiggle it because it keeps getting stuck on something. At some point, even though you're going across the sides of it, you want to come across one part of the front and back. That'll hold it extra tight. Like that. I'm out of wire on this side. If you have an inch left, you're pretty much out. That gives you just enough left to tuck it. So that's good right there. I want to get across that one too. Let me see if I have room. Come around. And yep, just enough. I think I can get it caught right on there. And I really have nowhere else to tuck it. Here's a trick you can use. You can take these two guys and twist them around each other. If you get stuck, sometimes that's a good thing. And we're going to twist and twist and twist, twist. Now we have a double wire to tuck in, and that's fine. Oops, that's trying to move. So we want to pull it this way. And basically we want to roll these two into a swirl. It's hard to get a double swirl. Sometimes they get all messy, but this is very thin wire and it doesn't have to look great. You just want enough of a swirl that you can jam it in somewhere and it'll get permanently stuck. There we go. See that? Jamming it under there. Boom. It's gone. Now we're going to come back. We're going to assess where can we move some of these so they're spaced better. How's the stone feel? Very tight. Very, very tight. We're going to go even more tight. Watch this. Now you can leave it like this. It looks pretty, but I don't mind the crackle look on this, so I'm going to give some crimps, which gives it extra tightness. So I'm going to go straight down. I'm going to grab carefully, make sure I really got the wire, and give it a little turn, just the tiniest turn. This one, I think if you get a better grip, you can do more of a turn. You don't want to slip. You want to make sure you have, there you go. That's a good crimp. That's a good crimp. Can you see it? Sorry if I went off camera a couple times. That's going to be a really good crimp. There we go. And I tend to like turn all my crimps the same direction because it gives like a nice flow. You don't have to. You can, experiment with different directions. But generally, I'm putting one crimp in each wire. You can put 2 in each, or you can do anything however you want. But this is just some ideas. Now the stone is very, very tight. Now I'm going to crimp the bottom here because the bottom, that'll make everything tighter too. I'm going to put a lot of crimps in here. Anywhere I can grab where it's not going to slip. Did you hear that little click? That was me slipping, so you got to be careful. It looks like a mess under there, but look how good it looks up here. Now, that feels pretty strong. It's strong enough as it is, just so those little sharp ends don't actually accidentally get rubbed out at some point. I'm going to put the tiniest bit of E6000. Some people have said E6000 is not good to get on your skin or whatever. I get on my skin for a couple seconds and I rub it right off. So I haven't suffered any ill effects yet, as far as I know. If you want, you can use super glue instead. Super glue gel you want to get with the green cap. That stuff works really well. You can put it, and super glue is really good. It was actually made originally to bind together wounds, like a glue made for skin. So I'm just rubbing it there to get the excess off so it dries quickly. Now rub my fingers together to get it off my fingers. It flakes off like kids' glue. The super glue, even though it's made for skin, you don't want to get it on your fingers because it will glue your fingers together. It was literally made to glue together cuts. So it's a trade-off, one or the other. But there you have it. There is your little quartz crystal ring.